My brother uninvited me from his wedding because our mom paid for my tuition instead of funding his wedding. So now I am making a life-changing decision. I am 22 and my brother is 28. He's been engaged to his fiancée for a few months now. My brother's fiancée is your typical spoiled party girl, and TBH, so is my brother. In the last year or so, my brother and I have had a strained relationship. This is mostly due to differences of opinion when helping take care of our mom, who is struggling with some PTSD anxiety. For some context, my brother is a very impatient and opinionated person who struggles to see things outside his own perspective. He doesn't have a good grasp on mental health. He is easily persuaded by what he reads online, gets caught up in conspiracy theories. I work as a paramedic, and he's been arguing with me about thinking I know better than him ever since. I am adopted, and my bio mom was of a different ethnicity, so we don't look like brothers. When he can't think of a way to win an argument, he brings up the fact that I'm not her real son or his real brother. It wasn't always like this between us, which is sad. My birthday was last weekend. My brother's fiancée apparently had the idea to throw me a surprise party. Most of the people there were friends of my brother and his fiancée. Everyone was drunk. They made a bit of a show of bringing me out a cake and having me blow out the candles. Before I did that, my brother's fiancée swiped frosting on her finger and put it on my cheek. I thought it was just her being nice and not trying to smash a piece of cake in my face. I blew out the candles, and after I did that, his fiancée grabbed my face and licked it, like, from my jaw all the way up the side of my face. I have no idea why she did this. We don't even have the kind of relationship where it would be funny. My brother's face changed. His demeanor changed. He became very withdrawn and irritable. They were seen quietly fighting, and he ended up just leaving the party. I brought it up the next day to make sure he was okay, and apparently the two of them made up. It's me he has an issue with. I don't know what she told him, but it seems as if I'm the one being made out to be flirting with her, wanting her, etc. Not even remotely true. I told him to leave me out of his relationship problems. It's his partner who disrespected him and embarrassed him. He's angry at the wrong person. I refuse to apologize. Update 1. After trying to reach out to my brother, he finally came around and stopped ignoring me. He didn't want to talk about what happened, but was willing to put it behind us. TBH. I think talking about it would have been healthier, but I decided to let it go because he was so adamant. Then just the other day, he came to me on his own and admitted that he feels unsure about his relationship and is struggling to trust his fiancée ever since the incident on my birthday. I told him there's no rush to get married and he should take time to figure out what he's feeling. I didn't try to give any particular opinion because I feel like this is something he needs to figure out for himself. Also, I genuinely don't know what's going on between them. He still took what I said the wrong way somehow, and we ended up arguing. He thinks I'm not happy for him and don't want to see him successful, starting a family. I tried to walk away at this point in the conversation because no matter what I said, it was just going to get misconstrued, but he didn't want to stop fighting. Somewhere in that, I finally learned why he's so mad at me these days. It turns out, he's pissed that our mom paid for my tuition. My brother feels this money should have been given to him for his wedding, which I am no longer invited to. Update 2. My mom and brother got into it over the weekend. I have accepted being uninvited for my brother's wedding, but our mom wasn't having it. Update 3. I've been low contact with my mom for months now because I'm no contact with my brother, and both him and his wife live with her. In an ideal world, I would be able to maintain a good relationship with my mom, but it's really hard to have that right now. My brother has had 2 overdoses in the last 2 months or so. He's spiraling so fast. Any attempts at treatment are rebuked by his wife, but she'll show up at my door to cry and try to convince me to drive her around and go looking for him. He has tried to use my identity to commit fraud. Luckily, the activity got flagged by my bank. He also attempted to sign up on a gambling site using my information. He was so desperate for money around New Year's that he stole the battery from my motorcycle. My mom calls me in crisis all the time, requesting for help in dealing with my brother. Sometimes I'll think she's calling just for me, and I'll almost share something only to find out she was just making polite conversation before she could work up the courage to ask for my help. I work as a paramedic, so between work and my family, it feels like I never get a break. I have never shared my feelings with them, or anyone really. I just know I'm reaching my limit. A friend of mine has encouraged me to move in with him and split rent. I told my mom when she found out I sold my motorcycle. She didn't take it well. She said I was their lifeline. She told me if I leave, I should be ready to live with the fact that I will be letting my brother die, and that I'm abandoning them during a time of hardship. The thing is, I still want to go.